I'm Perperis from Strength and Speed.
Renyer from JRen Fitness.
We're here at KC Timber Challenge just outside of Kansas City. We're going to be going over some gear choices. Now, with KC Timber Challenge, you can show up in what you normally wear to the gym and still have a great day, have a great time. But I will say, if you have the right gear on, it's going to be a little bit more fun and you're going to look a little better for those great pictures, which are going to go on Facebook, obviously, right?
They are the only reason we do this.
Right. So we're going to start at the feet and work our way up to the top of your body. So first thing is shoes. Now with shoes, again, you can wear what you wear to the gym normally, but the traction's not going to be as good as you're running up and down these hilly trails that are behind me. So what I like to do is get, specifically the brand I like is Merrell. Now they have essentially lugs on the bottom of their shoe that's going to give you better traction as you run through the mud. This is one of my favorite pairs, the All Out Crush. I actually run in these a lot more, but these are very minimalist, so there's not a lot of cushioning. It's almost like running barefoot. This is the trail glove, Merrell trail glove. So, but basically you want shoes that have some traction on them and they're going to drain some of the water and wet. They're not going to get too waterlogged.
One thing to keep in mind though is if you do want to go to a trail shoe or a shoe with the lugs and grip like this, but you're used to wearing your normal running shoes at the gym, you know, whether those are your Nikes, whatever, these shoes are most likely not going to have that same amount of cushion. So when you go to the store or when you go to that running store to get these trail shoes, make sure to try them on, walk around a little bit, because that cushion is not going to be the same. And so make sure it's comfortable for you. You're not just wearing it because it looks cool.
This is another popular brand. It's called Ice Bugs. They have very good traction. And now I've seen people like tape their shoelaces. Not needed. You don't need to put a duct tape on your shoes. Just when you get up in the morning, put on your shoes, just tie them tight. And when you show up to the race, walk around. By the time the race starts, if they were tied too tight, you'll notice. Before the race starts, you can adjust them from that point.
And I personally tuck my laces back into the top of the shoe here around my ankle.
Yep. So moving up, we have socks. So big thing for all of our clothing choices is we want to avoid cotton. Cotton gets wet, it gets heavy, and it stretches.
Exactly.
So here, these are a brand called Mud Gear, personal favorite of mine. So you have the long socks, which are great if you're doing rope climbs. It's going to protect your legs. And you have the short socks if there's only one rope climb or you're less concerned about getting road rash on your legs, basically.
Right. Another thing with these Mud Gear socks, they're also compression. It's going to help avoid fatigue. If you want to go into the science thing, it's going to help some of your body get rid of that waste, that lactic acid that builds up in the muscle after exercise. So these are harder to put on, but in the long run, it'll help you get recover a little bit faster, or you can also wear them the day after to help with some of that soreness as well.
Now for shorts, again, we want to just avoid cotton. Now you can go with shorts or you can go with long tights, either way. You'll see a lot of the elite racers or competitive people use spandex. Now if you don't feel comfortable in spandex, that's not a problem. I race in spandex. This is specifically a brand called Marina Sport, which is real good. But standard Under Armour gym shorts, right? Like they're synthetic, they're not cotton, they're not going to stretch. They're going to feel comfortable running through on race day.
Exactly. The brand that I like to use is Second Skin. They're coming into OCR quite a bit. The shorts that they have, they're going to be very good compression shorts underneath, but then you're going to have a running short similar to this over the top, and that way you're not showing all your kibbles and bits to everybody out there on race day.
Now for shirts, again, avoiding cotton is the key point here.
There's
so
a theme.
Synthetic, any sort of synthetic thing. This is made by a company called Legend Born. This is a company called Triton. Under Armour, any sort of synthetic shirt. This is a Russell here. If you don't want to wear a shirt, I typically race shirtless so I can stay cool as I run through the course. But
I usually wear a shirt. Another big thing is you're not going to wear anything that's too baggy. Like this is about as baggy as I'll go, because as we're going under barbed wire crawls, running through the brush, you don't want a twig or any of that barbed wire to snag your nice fancy clothes. And also it's going to slow you down.
Right, so you can see this one, this is a race shirt, although I don't race in a shirt typically, but this is form-fitting, like you said, to avoid those snags. And then finally for gloves, I actually recommend no gloves for the majority of obstacle course races. However, if you do want to wear gloves, there's a company called Mad Grip. Mud Gear sells them that I think are pretty good. It's like a rubber-coated hand, and then it allows you to, grab things with a little more confidence.
Exactly. If you're worried about getting blisters, things like that, most of the time, unless you've been doing a lot, your hands won't get blisters or calluses. You won't tear a blister or anything like that. It is possible, but as we get better at obstacle course racing, our hands get tougher, and we can go over those obstacles with a little bit more ease and less discomfort.
And then finally, if you're doing one of their cold weather events, There's another great company called Bleg Mitts that I recommend. It's basically a glove. It's a mitten, so it keeps your hands warm because everything's touching each other. And then as you get to obstacles, you can essentially just pull your hands out, do the obstacle, and keep your hands warm again. So that's kind of a very quick rundown from toe to head.
Yeah.
Sunglasses usually not needed because you're running out of the woods and there's water splashing around. And then anything else is your choice. If you want to dress up for their women's race and wear, if you're a male and want to dress in cross drag.
It is required if you're a guy coming out to the Wild Women Chop.
You can do that, or if you want to go with a theme, whatever
Like
you
America.
want. Reservoir Dogs, I mean, you can, yeah, Power Rangers, whatever you want. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, your choice. Come out, have a good time. Great course, great time. KC Timber Chop.